Good morning, Tuesday morning transformation. I have a question for you. This is a big mindset transformation. Are you ready to roll away the stone? Are you ready to roll away the stone? Hey, we are in an amazing transformational time, and it's very easy to look out in the world. It's very stressful, it's violating, it's very suppressive, it's very confining. Times are very uncertain, and you are absolutely justified to have all these feelings. But let's look at the timing of all this, okay? We just finished Easter, right? Which is a holiday to be reborn. Hey, Marianne. And we also are in the spring season. That's a season of rebirth. So do you think the timing of everything we're going through with Easter and spring being rebirth and reborn meanings, do you think there's a universal timing to all of this? So really it boils down to one thing, and that is, what is your belief system? So I would like to suggest a belief system that is far more empowering than violating, confining, stressful, and anxious. So the first one is, hey, we're a spiritual being. We're incarnated in this human form, and we come here with a reason. So we come here, we chose this time. So imagine if you have the belief system, my spirit came into this body, your spirit came into this body, specifically at this time. You chose your parents, you chose all your experiences. You have a purpose that you're here to fulfill in this time, and you picked it. So Tony Robbins, when we take responsibility, we have the ability to respond, right? Responsibility is first. So what if we really pick this? Now you could say, I didn't pick this time. These are things that are happening to me. This world has problems, and that's why one of the reasons you're experiencing pain. That's a belief system. Yes, the facts outside can justify, no question, but what if we took a higher consciousness belief system? What if we chose to believe that we're here for a reason at this specific time? So I was listening to Reverend Michael Bernard Beckwith on Agape Spiritual Center. Go to Agape Live, AGAPE live.com. And this is a metaphor that I really got from him that we've been teaching these principles for the last few weeks. So let's look at Easter, not as religion, hey, Patrick, but as a metaphor. Not as a religion, but a metaphor, because it's a time of transformation. So Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane, right? And the soldiers and Judas walk up, and the soldiers say, okay, who is he? So Jesus walks up and kisses Jesus. Judas walks up and kisses Jesus, and that's how the soldiers know who to arrest, because they didn't know him. So here we're all going through the kiss of Judas. What's that kiss? It's the betrayal. It's the condition of the world. It's people that are losing your jobs. It's people that you know, or even parents that may have passed away. It's our financial situation. It's the fact that we're confined in our house. We can go on and on. It's the economy. It's all these things. This is the kiss of Judas. The kiss of Judas is a betrayal that we feel from the world. Now, the LA mayor said, mandatory, everybody's got to wear a mask or you can't be served. That was the mayor of LA. Fauci, the head of the National Institute of Health, says we will never shake hands again. Look at this. Now that goes from the kiss. After the kiss, Jesus is arrested, and then what's happened? He's tortured and crucified. So right now we say never shake hands. This is totally against humanity. This is a senseless world, and we're trying to make sense out of a senseless world. And that means, what are we metaphorically doing? Where are we at? We're at the crucifixion. This is the crucifixion because every human being desires connection. Hey, Scott, hey, Esmeralda and Rob, right? So in a sense, this is a metaphorical crucifixion. And what does the crucifixion represent? The kiss is the betrayal. The crucifixion means that old world is dying. It's gone. And we have to go through the crucifixion to raise our consciousness. So actually what's really happening, that the consciousness is changing. So we look at the old world and we say, and that world is gone. So the pain that you experience are the statements you make, I just want things to go back to normal. That's what I see. I get tags, Facebook, and I'm like, wow, that's tough, because The path to peace is acceptance. So wanting to go back to an old world that doesn't exist is your pain. Thank you, Esmeralda. Blessings to you too. So, that is our pain. So here's what happens. The problem is not that the world will end. The pain is thinking the world won't end. That's the problem, is thinking that the crucifixion won't end. So we nail ourselves to the cross and we stay on the cross because of our resistance. So what's really changed in our life? Hey man, I'd love to go to the gym. I just want to go back and lift weights. But you know what? My morning workouts, they're not as long, so I get to sleep another hour. So there is a gift in everything. Hey, I want to go to a movie again. I'd love to go to a restaurant, not just eat the food, but to people watch and see people that are normal. But that world's gone. So the metaphorical crucifixion, and when you come off the cross, is up to you. It's how you feel about it. That's how you come down off the cross. So you determine how long you are on the metaphorical cross. Now, what happens once we come off the cross? We go in the tomb. Okay? So the best way to predict the future is to create it. So now it's like, okay, I accept it. People are starting to stabilize. Maybe they're wearing more masks. And then you walk around and you see people, oh my God, you're not wearing a mask, like torture. Well, I understand that, but I also know a lot about the virus, that when I'm walking down on the beach and the wind's blowing, my breath is not going to spread the virus to you 10 feet away. So these are people that are trapped in the fear, right? That they're still on the cross. But we want to go into the tomb, because the tomb is the transformation. That's going to be our conscious choice to shift our paradigm. We actually need the tomb so we can do the things to raise our consciousness. And that's where we're at right now. So this world will end in joy because it's full of fear and sorrow. And when joy comes and you create your new world, that's when you emerge out of the tomb. And that's really it. When we achieve a higher consciousness. So when the boulder metaphorically rolled away, so Jesus came back to life, resurrected from the dead in the tomb, and then this big old boulder that no single man can move rolled away. And when he emerged, he came out in a consciousness where he was in physical form, but he was very illuminated, which means his consciousness allowed his body to almost be part in spirit, part in physical form, because illumination is a consciousness and connection to this God, the universal power, whatever you want to call it, whatever your vocabulary is, all the same. This, right? It's that God intelligence energy that moves through all of us, that is inside us, that can emerge out. So when that is ready to emerge, the boulder will automatically roll away. You don't have to push the boulder away. Okay? So when you withdraw your investment in hell, the only thing that's left is heaven. So when you withdraw your investment in hell, heaven will emerge from inside you, because that's who we are. And we illuminate, we have a new consciousness. So you determine when the boulder rolls away, you determine who walks out of the tomb, you determine when you walk out of the tomb, and you also determine your message when you walk out. So if you want to end a senseless world, you end it by coming to your senses, which means if you feel like you're in the tomb, then it's time to recreate ourselves, right? Recreate a new consciousness, because heaven is not a trophy you accept when you get there. It's a state of mind you experience that radiates from us, that has a message that comes from our beingness, that connects us with our higher self, that whatever's going on out here isn't as important as what's going on in here. And that's why you are more powerful than you think. Right? So you look at when does that boulder walk away? You determine that. Who's going to walk out of that tomb, and what message are you going to deliver? Now, when you believe, I was born for this moment. I am here to make a difference. I am here to express the Spirit of God through me, inside me, that we all have inside us, that because it radiates from you, then it can radiate from other people. You know, Marianne Williamson, our deepest fear, right? Our deepest fear is the power that's inside us. But when we shine our light, we give permission for the light to shine in other people. And that's really it. So when we realize we picked this moment, we're here. When does the boulder roll away? What consciousness are we going to walk out with? Are we going to illuminate and be the light in the darkness that brings out in the light of other people? Because when we move from the pain and resistance to joy, then we create that new world. And that's when all the pain and the sorrow and everything is going to dissipate. Again, heaven is not a trophy you accept. It's a state of mind that you choose to experience in this moment, because it's here for you right now. And that's it. Okay, gang, I hope that this may be something that you go back and listen to several times. I'd probably advise it, in fact, even for myself. So, hey, go and like the You're More Powerful Than You Think page. Please interact with us. These are going to be posted there, so you can go back to them. And go to you'remorepowerful.com, because heaven really is here for us now. It's a state of consciousness that we experience. If you need any of those tools, great. I would love to interact with you. And let's take this message. Please share this, comment, and also if there's any other topics that you guys would like to hear, comment in this section, and we will address those in the future. Hey, I love you guys, and let's come out of the tomb, roll the boulder away, and let's come out of this enlightened. Thanks. Love you guys.